I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified
and this is Tonight.
on Murder, She Wrote. Sid's
He
dead.
went into his office, found a feminine pink, which they mentioned multiple
Yeah,
times,
they
wrapping
really
wrapped
stress that,
package,
don't they? Yeah. And he picks
and
it
it
up
was not.
and it's a bomb.
It's a
That's my
bomb.
best Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, well. I mean,
Look at the
we don't
glee at which
see.
he's opening this package.
I know.
If
And
he
that's
only
like
knew.
dynamite explosion. That's not
Yeah,
like a shrapnel thing. That's not
no.
like a pipe bomb. That is dynamite.
That would be messy in that room.
Pink mist. Yes.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Sorry. I know. Sorry. That's a little Grey's Anatomy reference
Very
for you.
effective.
Believe me, I'm going to deal with Sid Sharkey in the strongest possible terms.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Shortly before the explosion, a woman's footsteps were heard in the vicinity of his office.
Sid
Sid
Sharkey.
Sharkey.
Damn.
Sid
I
Sharkey.
know. I know. We're in a Dick Tracy
Who
episode now.
comes up with these names?
Oh my God. Well, and that's to say, hi, I'm Victor Devon.
I'm petrified.
Yeah,
And
we're
this
casting
is,
stones and aspersion.
I
So
know,
this is
tonight
it on Murder
on
She
Murder, She
Wrote.
Wrote.
Yes. Oh
There's
goodness
a lot
gracious. We
going on in
are
this episode of TV.
yes, we're deep and we are officially like 2 feet in to season four. This is called Steal Me a Story. And yes. This is
Right.
one of those meta episodes too, because they're a TV show, and so therefore they're in like 'cause Murder She Wrote, spoiler
hmm
alert, is a TV show.
hmm
But whenever
It
they do like
is.
this
Oh,
like behind, I know it's not a documentary. Whenever they do like this behind the curtain or behind the scenes in
yeah.
media, even if it's like a movie, all of the people who are behind the cameras, all of the actors are also film actors or theater actors, any of the backstage stuff. There's like an extra like layer to it
hmm
because all of them know they're all it's like a series of in jokes for an audience who's not in the field. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
does feel that way. And also like the tone, the way that they use music and framing and scenery here is also kind of hokey. So
Yeah.
it all kind of supports that in joke
Right. Well, because even we open with this kind of ridiculous medical scene,
medical. What are they
and it's
doing?
sort
What are
of
they
like
looking at on this X-ray?
this looks this looks so fake. This is so and it turns it's like soap dish. It turns out that it is in
hmm
fact a soap opera. Um,
This
which
guy playing the doctor,
is
by the way, he is he's such a gas bag douchebag.
this hair is curious to me. It's
It
hair
is
that
something,
sort of
yeah.
flops like cotton candy to hide the forehead. It's a comb
Yeah.
over.
It's a
It
little
absolutely is.
news anchor, right? Like, is
Yes.
this Ted Koppel's haircut?
It's a little Brokaw. It's a little Brokaw.
Brokaw, very.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. He even says, that's so funny. You want something meta? Listen to this.
Ran off with who? Siegfried Perlmutter. Siegfried Perlmutter. Naomi. Who comes up with these names anyway? Cut.
See, he thinks so too. Sid Sharkey.
Oh,
My
oh,
God.
dating placenta. Yes.
That was a cool shot, by the way, because we were sort of in this scene in a scene on set
Yeah.
filming, and then we're still in it as if we're just seeing that, but then it pans out and we're in like a viewing room with the writers and the producers.
Watching the film reel.
It
Yeah.
worked really well. I'm still
It's
kind of like
very
gagged how they
cool.
did it because it was so
It's
seamless.
very, it's very, because it's clear, clean, and
Uh-huh.
then suddenly it gets the film grain and
It
and
look at
and
that.
dims. That's fantastic.
That's so
Lap
good.
dissolve.
This is
So
87? Are
fantastic.
you kidding me? I'm so
Yeah.
impressed.
Well, I mean, I know we probably shouldn't be because it's so easy to. I mean, it really wasn't easy, but 2 minutes in, folks, that's what we're referring to. It also gives
Right.
me like the opening of Material Girl, the music video, where the two guys are talking, watching
Oh
the
yeah,
footage of Madonna. Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
But we
So we
meet
met him.
Sid Sharkey.
This is Sid
right
Sharkey, right?
here,
Talking to our sweet Gail.
who we've seen multiple times on Murder She Wrote already. He was in
Sid
the
Shar
boxing episode.
Sid Sharkey, yeah. His face is so familiar.
He was in the Dead Heat episode. He was our victim in the bathtub, right?
Was he really? Is he the one
Or
that
is he the one?
see?
Or is he the one who looks like the one?
No,
Maybe that's
not
it.
Dead Heat.
There's
Dead Heat would have been the
not Dead
horse
Heat.
racing one.
Yeah, not that. No, I meant the
I
football
know what you're
one.
talking about.
Sudden Death. That's
Caitlyn
it.
Jenner, yes.
Yes, yes. Sudden Death. Right? Isn't that him? Or is that the one who looks like him? Because there are two actors who look very similar. One plays a vampire and a psychic, and one of them is the other
Mm.
guy.
We've talked about this actor a few times at this point. See, I think they all look like Shlomo Ziegler.
That blouse.
This red,
Yes, it's a little.
this is a man wearing
It's
it, by the
tight in
way.
all the wrong places, though.
It's tight in all the wrong places. He's like got it
Oh,
open at
I'm
the top,
wrong,
but there's no
I think.
lovely chest hair coming out.
No,
And
I
it
think I'm
is
wrong.
shiny and satiny.
What the hell? This so yes, so I believe this is the first time I'm actively assuredly saying, "Oh, it's that guy," and it's not, which I do in my house all of the time. And my husband says, "No, babe, that's the other one. This is the one who I think eventually plays the psychic." But let me see. So this is Bradford Dillman, who no, wait. Oh, Bradford Dillman. Hang on. Bradford Dillman. Bradford Dillman.
Oh, he's playing Avery. This isn't Sid Sharkey.
Oh. Well, see,
That's
there's
that's
part of the problem.
there's part of the problem.
All right, rewind. Yeah, that's what's happening. So that's Avery Stone, and he's talking to uh
Gail.
our intrepid writer Gail,
Yeah. She's our Jessica's buddy in this episode.
who we don't know that yet, but she's just this because they haven't met.
Right.
She's her kind of her Watson. She also
Hmm.
has a police Watson, but she's a writer, and she's speaking to this guy Avery about this writing for his,
Hmm.
procedural drama. And she's
Yeah.
like, this sounds a lot like the new Jessica Fletcher book,
How
which,
astute of her, by the way,
yeah, which also
and
means that
conscientious.
everyone else in the world would know that too. Like this
Yeah.
is actually really bad uh work on the producer's part here.
Like, come on. This is lazy.
That
Well,
exists.
and we
TV
have to
Guide will
presume,
recognize this.
right? We have to presume that Angela Lansbury or Jessica Fletcher's books are world famous, right?
Right. Jackie
This is
Collins,
Jackie Collins. Everybody knows what's
James
happening in those
Patterson.
books. This is like the Da Vinci Code. Everybody's read it, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is pretty negligent on their part to just like steal the same storyline exactly. I like Gail. She's cool. She's trying to operate
I
in a
do
really
too.
tough system, and she's doing it with grace and curiosity. She's cool. This is Gail,
With
played by Kim Miyori.
and this choice to have what I love about this is, and I think I said this earlier, is that this is Jessica being famous. This is
Hmm.
another step in the show telling
Hmm.
us how successful this actress is because she's reached this level where not only is her work worthy of being adapted professionally, but it's
Hmm.
worthy of being ripped off, which is kind of a
Mm.
level of fame if you really like
That's
consider
up
it.
there, right? You've sort of
So and
ascended another
acknowledged
echelon.
and acknowledge that it's been ripped off. So
Yeah.
because Gail goes right to the source and says, "By the way, this guy is trying to steal your."
This is another move, right, on Gail's part to be like, I'm going to go right to Jessica Fletcher, who happens to be in town at a book signing. How convenient.
Well, yeah,
Um,
there's that. There's a reason it's not a documentary. Yeah.
it's the truth. But she shows up words, Petra. She shows up at the book
Mm,
signing and says, "Hey, Jessica, can I talk to you privately?" A lot of people come up to Jessica and say the same thing, right? Like days dwindle
yeah.
down. And she always just like, okay, let's have some tea. It looks like Jessica has invited this woman to her hotel room. This stranger who came up the street and said, "Hey, can I talk to you in private?" this is a lot of trust that Jessica puts out there for other people.
It's that small town values sort
Yeah,
of. She still is really bad at being a celebrity.
true.
Because also her answer to oh, this guy is stealing her story is okay, let me help you out by coming up with a brand new storyline for free, presumably,
She's gonna
that I
write
will
their
get
script
credit
for
for.
them.
Well, not quite write her script. She's going to give Gail the idea, and then
Yeah,
Gail is supposed to write the script.
right, right.
Um,
She's just like, I don't want you to steal my book idea, so let me just write you something totally new. This is so wild. And
it's
then
so
no,
wild
no financial compensation for it or anything.
because you deserve better than that, Gail, as a fledgling writer.
Oh,
I
honestly.
see in you. I see in you. Yeah. Which again, and it's also what's also really interesting is that the book has been published. It's not like he took a manuscript. It's
No,
like everyone else would know
it's
this
out
too,
in
but
the
he doesn't
world.
care. He's brazen,
Well,
brazen.
and it for the sake of optics, won't people then see this and be like, oh, they ripped off Fletcher. They
But
ripped
at
off
that point, who
that Fletcher
cares?
woman, I
I mean,
suppose.
she's just trying to avoid it, I guess. And
Yeah,
also that means that Gail would be the one with the besmirchment because her name would be on the script.
yeah. It's a very strange way of handling this premise. Right? It's a
Yeah,
lot of like
it
circling
is.
the drain.
It's a little silly.
Yeah.
But Danger Doctor is the name of the show.
Oh my God.
And you know who we see besides our man with the questionable hair? We have the return of Trish.
Trish is here.
That's our actress who got decapitated in one episode, was a cranky juror in another.
She
Is back as
was.
Brenda. Our
She
actress
has such a
Lenore is
face.
back.
As soon as she was on
She
screen, I was
does.
like, oh, I'm so glad to see her again. I'm so glad. She has such attitude and
Sassy.
like sass. Yeah, yeah, she's great. She always is in each of the episodes she's in. She's also very
Look at those
beautiful.
legs.
I
Look at
know.
those
She is a
legs.
dish, baby.
She's up there with Trisha O'Neill as a favorite to see.
Hmm.
She really
I
is.
agree. I agree. Who we get to see in the next episode?
It's true. Oh, who do we have here? This gentleman. Is this Sid Sharkey?
No,
No, Sid
this
Sharkey. Still
is
haven't seen Sid.
our
I'm on a quest for
direct.
Sid Sharkey.
He's
Is
he's more
Gary?
blonde. Sid Sharkey is more blonde and more mobster looking.
He's
I
also
mean,
yes. He's
with a name
also
like Sid
been in
Sharkey.
multiple murder she wrote as well. He's the one with like the
Yeah.
ripped up hand in that episode.
Yeah, that's right.
But
He's the
yeah,
construction manager or contractor.
but for some reason I keep thinking I'm gonna find him in the next scene. Um, Partially because I know he was the first name that we heard. I'm gonna deal with Sid Sharkey
Hmm.
in the most serious of terms.
No, so this other guy that we saw, he's the director. And
Yeah,
that his name is I don't know. Is it Bert?
that sounds
I guess
right.
he
He's
doesn't
sort of
make.
like alternate universe John Ritter to me. He gives me just enough
Oh,
to,
okay.
do you know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, he has that sort of wide eyes, large forehead.
And there was a time when John Ritter had that beard
Oh
situation
yeah. He's actually
later
very
years.
handsome. He's very
He's quite
handsome.
good. He's cute.
He's good to look at.
He's another returner because he
Yeah.
was in Footnote to Murder as well,
Hmm.
um, as our Lipinski. So
Right.
he was the writer of that Vietnam novel that got stolen by
Oh
um,
yeah.
Kenneth Mars. Yeah,
That's right.
a lot of repeats in this
Yeah.
episode.
I mean, we're finally
And
getting to that point in the series where we can really see that, right?
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting though. Also, that's another episode about stealing somebody's intellectual property.
Hmm. He's cosmically
But
tied
here,
to it.
it's he's television director who's not very well liked. A lot of people don't enjoy the show. That's a major concept, even in our soap opera episode
Yeah.
with Jessica Walter, is the people who want to be there are getting written out, and the people who want to stay. Oh, sorry, the people who want the people who want to stay are getting written out, and the people who want out are being forced to keep their
Forced
contracts.
to, yeah, because there's some sort of draw to them. Well, okay,
And
so
our
we
lead
should
actor is
maybe
pissed off because he's seeing his co-star getting more lines. He's upset about
this is so
that.
petty, right? So small-minded. I I mean, it seems like a real person, to be honest.
We
She
should
has
what? Sorry, I interrupted
83 lines. That's almost as many as me to like go through and count. But that is the sort of shit that like a petty actor would do. One of my notes for this episode is these high maintenance actors, needy high maintenance actors. But maybe we should lay out sort of what's happening here as far as the
you. Yeah,
environment goes. So we're on the set of this Doctor Death TV show or whatever it is. What is it?
Doctor Death. It's Doctor Danger. Danger.
Doctor D.
Doctor
Hey,
Danger. Doctor
not that
Danger.
far off. Okay.
No, but Doctor
Doctor
Death was funny.
Doctor Danger. And we have our lead and his co-star, our lovely Trish. I'm gonna call her Trish now. And then we have a
Brenda. Her
director.
name is
We have
her
a
name is Brenda.
Brenda. Thank
But you can
you.
call her Trish if you want to.
Brenda Trish. Totally lost track of what I was saying. So there's a director, there's a producer, there's a financier. What is the conflict on this set? Other than some people think that it's a really shitty show and they don't want to be on it. Brenda wants off the show.
Yeah, she has another opportunity to
Right.
be in something else. Um,
There's a
okay,
lot
so
of like
Brenda doesn't like
convoluted
it.
politics here that I don't know that I really care about when it comes down to it, but I know they're kind of important.
Yeah, so Brenda doesn't want to be here. Uh, what's his name with the hair? Our
Leo.
lead. No, Leo's
No,
the
no,
other
no.
one.
Gary.
Gary, too many names, people. He's upset that he's getting upstaged. Our director is a tyrant.
Is he a tyrant?
He's not nice.
He's not nice, but I feel like he doesn't have any power. He just wants
Um,
to like move through this shit because he doesn't think it's very
he physically
valuable.
pushes her around.
I
Like,
mean,
I
that's
mean,
true.
there's sort of a,
Everybody discounts Brenda here. Like, no one gives her the time of day.
and then Gary is upset about his investment opportunities here, which sort of seems like a barely a plot. I guess
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
to
know that it ever
indicate that
comes back
he's.
up.
I think it's just to show that he needs the job.
Yeah. Well, and then this is
Um,
his assistant, right? This woman, Diane.
who might also be a love interest.
She's a dumb character to me. She says some shit later that I'm like,
So
girl, who are you?
I
She's
want
a
to
little
know about this
sycophantic
jacket.
toward Gary.
She's wrapped in a sheet, right? Am I
Yeah,
crazy?
and it's like a brown sheet too. It's not even a pretty color of fabric.
Miss
She gives
Brass
me a
Bottom.
little
What is that insult? What
I
is that
don't know.
insult?
I don't know. She's giving me kind of Margot Kidder a little bit.
Oh, she wishes.
She wishes. Margot Kidder is much cooler.
She would play it with a little bit more tenacity.
Here's Sid. There he is.
There we go.
He's the executive producer. That's what it
He
is.
also has some Brillo hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's synthetic.
So, yeah. So he's cranky and he makes everybody else cranky too
Hmm.
because he's saying, "Why are we behind schedule?" The director's like, "Well, my actors kind of suck. Like I don't like uh they're everyone's in their own little world. Everyone's got
Well,
their own shit going on and not working well together."
there's also like nobody wants to deal with the actors. Like on a few occasions in this episode, they're like, you deal with the actor. No, you deal with the actor. I don't want to. I don't want to. There's a lot of like not filler, but there's a lot of like stuff
Yes.
stuffed into this
A
episode,
lot of stuff.
and it's kind of hard to discern what's important, if I'm honest. And I like this episode. I really do.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think it's they're trying a little too hard to give everyone a plot,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, we argue all the time that people are underdeveloped, that they don't have any motivation, or we don't see anything. And that's, you know what? But thanks, Murder She Wrote, for taking the note.
Right.
Uh, because they're listening.
Uh-huh.
Um, but the I think it gets really simplified by the time we get to the actual explosion,
It's
because then
true.
everyone has to then, we're
Yeah.
right now we're sort of like rushing. Everyone's at 11 also. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like super stressed out. Everyone's like, we are
Hmm.
only 10 minutes in, and everyone is very unhappy. Like just very
That's
unhappy. And
true.
they're going to simplify things real soon with an explosion. Then we have to dwindle down. Okay, so who was the one who was the most unhappy and wanted
Hmm.
our eventual Sid Sharkey dead?
Right.
Because again, he is our most despicable in theory. So he's the one who's going to die. Although really, I think Avery comes off as more despicable.
Do
But
you think so?
in
Because he's like
so
the
much
head
as
writer, right?
his
This is Avery
Avery,
here. Yeah.
yeah, he's something.
Nobody is particularly bad and no one is particularly good. And so, frankly,
It's a
Avery
cynical episode again.
and
It's another cynical episode.
yeah, it really is. Avery and Bert, the director, like I frankly have a hard time telling them apart in this episode. I think one of those characters is unnecessary. I think we'd snip it out.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
lot of white men around the same age, styled very similarly,
Yeah.
and uh, working in the same industry, and not quite, I don't know, having
It's not distinguishable.
discernible. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
So I think from a storytelling perspective, it's maybe a miss there. I think we could have cleaned up and economized the cast list a little bit. It's a little too much. And even frankly, even Gary's assistant, Diane, or
Yeah,
potential love interest, she does very little here. She just takes up screen time and sort of fluffs Gary up, right?
yeah. She's
Sh
similar to it reminds me of the character in the auction episode
yeah.
where she's the girlfriend of like that gangster type, and she's there
Yeah.
basically to sort of just be them all, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a familiar role. It's a familiar
for
role.
sure. And then we have this woman.
We have Kate Hollander.
What is she doing here?
She is head of the studio,
Right, right. We're getting like
and
each level of the system here.
yeah, yeah.
This is
Well,
breadth.
because everyone is unhappy,
Hmm.
and she's who Jessica has to go to because Jessica says to Gail, "Well, listen, they've been talking about making a mini series out of one of my novels.
Hmm.
I'll just talk to Miss Hollander and
Hmm.
explain that Sharkey is uh under so she's mad at Sharkey, but Avery's the one who we think is pulling the strings. So it's a little unclear why
Is
Sid
Avery
is the
pulling the
bad guy there.
strings?
He's the one asking for the new for to rip off the novel,
He is the one insisting to rip off the novel.
which is how Jessica gets involved in the first
Right.
place.
But I don't know
So
that
why do
as
we
far
care
as
what Sid Sharkey is doing?
I honestly don't even know what Sid Sharkey is doing other than show up on set and go bark, bark, bark.
Oh, but she is in her, look at that, her hand on her
I
waist.
know. Okay, we're in
She is in her own
Kate's office
show.
with Jessica. Thank God. Okay, she's kind of a lady douchebag. I kind of like it for her, but do you know what I mean?
I like it too. I like it too. I wish she was a little bit more elevated
Me too.
because there's this one other line. There's this right here, Murder at Asylum. I'm going to pause it for a second because I'm going to go on a little thing here.
Yeah.
This is once again one of the situations. This is very much like 50 Mile, where Jessica says, "Oh, you must have known my husband Tom." Oh, Tom Fletcher. Oh, he must not have really served because he doesn't know my husband's name was really Frank. There is a thing that people do when we don't know what the other person is talking about. We sometimes, because it's not worth it to say, "No,
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about."
Right.
Oh, I think I remember who you're saying because you're giving me context, so maybe I'm misremembering and I don't want to appear foolish. Or I'm just being polite person that I will probably have no future involvement with. So I'm going to say yes.
Hmm.
So when Kate Hollander says, "Oh, I loved that book that we're going to make into a mini series. And Jessica says, "Oh, you mean Murder at the Asylum?" And she says, "Yes, I loved it." And Jessica's like, "Oh, well, I must be mistaken because I'm actually in negotiations to use this book instead as my." I'm like, "What is your game, Jessica?" People are
It's
just sometimes like, she's so petty in this
it's an
moment, and the
asshole
writers
move.
love
It
doing
really
that with
is.
her.
Yeah, they really
They
do. As if
love doing that with
well,
her.
and it suggests that like because she lied or
And
she
it makes the
doesn't
other person
actually
supposed
know. She's
it's
supposed to
I
be
don't
some jerk when in fact she's just trying to get through a conversation. Plus,
mhm.
Kate here, she has Jessica's best interest in mind.
And
Like,
she's like
regardless of what we're doing here and what we're trying to show about her in this scene by her lying, essentially, I don't understand the point of this because she's going to protect Jessica. She doesn't want a
I
legal
know.
issue. She's going to make sure that that plot point doesn't show up in that show. So why is Jessica being an asshole like this? It doesn't make sense.
But it happens all the time. It happens even
All the
when our
time.
doctor in that Reflections of the Mind says, "Oh, I loved your book. Was a crossbow, right?" And she's like, "Poison." Like, you don't have to do that.
No.
Like, and you know what? Maybe it bothers me because I too also feel sometimes too pedantic. I'm learning. I'm learning to be okay with being wrong more.
Yeah.
But there was a time where I was the go-to guy to remember all this shit. Like if you were like, "Oh, what's that movie that guy was in?" I could tell you. "Oh, what was that?" "Oh, I could tell you." I'm running out of that
Yeah. Yeah.
as I have engaged with more things. Yeah, yeah.
I think that was a good soapbox moment because I felt the
Sorry.
same thing. I that also that character is unnecessary. She doesn't need to be here.
We haven't even gotten to who I think is one of the better characters, which is our Sharky
Frida?
secretary.
Yeah, I keep
Yeah,
waiting for her. She's the best.
Finola Flanagan. Ah,
So now
okay.
Avery.
So that's where we are. Avery and Sharky are partners. That's where we're at. Okay.
Okay.
Sharky has 60. Avery has 40, and they
Right.
are fighting over power. So that's what
Oh,
it
and
is.
Sid
So, yeah,
pulled Avery from obscurity and from like some sort of drug-induced stupor, right? And
right.
he's like, "You don't want that getting out, do you? Look what I did for you,
Well,
buddy."
and Sharky doesn't know like the
Yeah.
technical stuff. So they need each other,
They
but
do need
they're
each other.
dicks. But they're
But
dicks.
there's also like Sharky's like, "You've been sucking up to Kate behind my back," which I don't know what that does. Maybe Sid Sharkey and Kate are very opposed, right? Like maybe they are very
They
adversarial,
are.
right?
They had a
And
little
so
they
we
had
don't
a
see a
little
lot of
a
that.
tiff on the
Just
phone call.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of all we see between the two of them. There's also
But yeah,
like
they
a
share no
thousand
scenes. They're sharing
scenes
no.
in this
I
episode.
know. My God, no wonder Jessica was burned out by season 4. Like
No
she was
joke.
like they had to talk her back into coming to season 5.
Right.
Um, so then Sharky comes to, and also this is the thing also is that at certain level you're supposed to have people in place to make decisions. When somebody an extra tier above comes down and overrides the level of authority of the person on deck, it's
Hmm.
embarrassing for that first person.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
Sharky comes down to the studio and is argumentative with our director character in
Yeah.
front of everyone,
Hmm.
total dick move. You don't
It's
do
a
that. You don't
it's
need
like
to
a
do
pee
that.
all over someone in front of yeah,
It's degrading. It's
it's
degrading.
degrading. Yeah.
And particularly when you don't need to get involved.
It's like
It's
a
really
power
just a
flex
shooting
move.
schedule. Yes, it
Yeah.
absolutely is. Absolutely is. But it's here to give yet another person a reason to want this guy dead.
Hmm.
Because the only way that you're going to get rid of this guy is to blow him up because he
Right.
has too much authority. Even Brenda, who is frankly a lowly co-star in this B-list soap, is coming to this guy directly
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey, can I get out of my contract? I have a real chance here."
And he's
And he's like, no.
so nasty. He's so nasty about it too. It's not
And he
pragmatic. It's
doesn't
not
have
like,
to
well,
be.
we need you here. You're under contract. I'm so sorry. No,
Exactly.
it's
You can
you're
do
gonna
that.
stay here and rot, bitch. That's kind of the vibe, right?
They do the same thing in Murder in the Day in the Afternoon.
Yeah.
Jessica Walter is unnecessarily cranky to him, to
Yeah.
her, to them. And we'll get that again and again and again. This show does not paint behind the scenes of the entertainment world friendly.
Ever.
Really doesn't.
No,
Really
it's full
doesn't.
of nasty
Everyone's
people.
cranky, alcoholic, backstabbing, sleeping with
Mhm.
each other. Like, and you know what? Bless them, because that's where
Bless
the
them.
Cracklin adventure comes in. But
Well, we've met Frida now,
yes,
who
look
is
at that. Oh,
probably
she is.
God, isn't she
I.
beautiful? Isn't she like
She really
oddly
is.
stunning in this very Irish way?
Fionnuala Flanagan, who is an Irish legend. You might remember her as the housekeeper in The Others. She was also in a number of Irish films, including Waking the Divine and a
Which
lot
I
of like other like
love. Hmm.
I mean, she's even in the Hunger Games universe. Like, I've only really thought of her as an older actress, and seeing her here in the 80s in like
Oh,
this
she's a
prime vibe.
little slip of a thing here. Her skin is
Yeah.
incredible. She has spunk.
And we'll see her again, actually. I think they really enjoyed her because she
Yeah.
eventually becomes a well, it's not a recurring actress. She plays
Hmm.
other roles. But when Jessica finally goes to Ireland, she is frequently seen. Just like a lot of the
Yeah.
same actors show up for New Orleans, she's one of the actors who shows up a lot for
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, very true. Yeah. Well, and it's interesting the way they use her because she doesn't show up until about 17 minutes into the episode, but then she's a critical player in the rest of it, right?
Oh yeah,
Usually
yeah.
she is she a Watson? Is she a Watson?
She
Kind
ends
of,
up
right?
being part of the inner circle
Right.
because this is actually like a group effort between Gail, our
Hmm.
official capacity, who we haven't met yet. We haven't met our
Right.
detective because we're almost halfway through and we haven't had a death yet.
Yeah.
Um,
There's so much
and
exposition. There's so much exposition here. Oh, and look at
it's another situation.
who's this custodian woman, by the way?
I know, I know. And also I love how like
It's so weird. Can we actually
Avery
hear her
comes
scene with him?
Avery comes up and she like strokes her chin.
Good evening, Mr. Stone.
Good evening, Carmen.
Another late night, sir?
Sounds like I'm not the only one.
No, that's strange. I thought that you were the last person still here.
Avery!
That's it, right? It's
Yeah,
such a weird little moment. She doesn't
she
show up
has to be
again,
there. I
does
don't know if
she?
she does. Yeah,
We might
I don't
see her. I don't know
remember.
if she has any lines or anything. Also, girl, put some elbow grease into that mopping. You're never gonna clean
I
that floor that way.
know. I know.
Carmen
That
looks like
was
she's
a
on a tranquilizer. Look at her
fabulous
just
performance
standing there in
from
the back, like sort of mopping, but not.
that was Liz Torres, everyone. Just to remind you that somebody else is in the building and she didn't expect her to be. And not only will she be in uh the Gilmore Girls as a
Hmm.
recurring character, but she has this necessary role here just to remind us that no one should be there.
Yeah.
You know what? Because we need someone to do that because we don't have like that. We don't have a guy behind the table. What do you call that? Like a security guard. We don't have somebody like that.
No, we need somebody to sort of lay things out for us. Oh, so Sid's
Oh,
dead.
Sid's dead.
Sid's
He
dead.
went into his office, found a pink, feminine pink, which they mention multiple
Yeah,
times,
they
wrapping
really
draft
stress that,
package,
don't they? Yeah. And he picks
and
it
it
up
blows him up.
and it's a bomb.
It's a
That's my
bomb.
best Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, well.
Meanwhile, next to the
And guess
package
who?
on the desk was a note.
Yeah.
Call Jessica Fletcher immediately. It's very important.
which our secretary had left,
Right.
right?
Had written for her.
That's
Yeah.
in her hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of course it would be because she's his assistant.
Yeah.
Um, but that also and also I love that that is that survives the explosion
Hmm.
because it has to.
It's very important. Like he can be blown to bits, but this little note next to him is a-okay.
I mean,
Look at the
we don't
glee at which
see
he's opening this package.
I know.
If
And
he
that's
only
like
knew.
dynamite explosion. That's not
Yeah.
like a shrapnel thing. That's not
No.
like, a pipe bomb. That is dynamite.
That would be messy in that room. Let's be honest.
Pink mist.
Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh. Ugh.
Sorry. I know. Sorry. That's a little Grey's Anatomy reference
Very
for you.
effective. Okay.
Um, oh, Jessica's here because of course she is.
Of course she
She
is.
was summoned, and she's kind of pissed that she was summoned.
Yeah. She has kind of an attitude about it, right?
She really does. When we finally meet our Lieutenant Bradshaw, who is played by
Yaphet Kotto!
Yaphet Kotto, who you might know from Alien, you might know from the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Hmm. I love Yaphet Kotto. I think he
One of
has
the
such power on screen, right?
He is very authoritative. You know
Yeah.
what?
He's
And
scary.
and
I would be, if I were
no
in the room with him,
nonsense.
I would be scared of him. I mean, even in Alien, he's very intimidating. It's amazing that Sigourney Weaver and him create such an adversarial dynamic on screen in that. And they're both really strong presences, so it's very fun. He really brings that
Oh, that's a
same
great ensemble
ass-
film too.
oh, it's just gorgeous,
Everyone
right?
came to play. Everyone
Yeah.
came to play on that one.
Yeah. So he has called Jessica here, summoned her here, and he starts digging in quite aggressively, right?
He's no nonsense. He again,
No
and
nonsense.
she tries to meet him at a level of I don't know, not necessarily of authority, but at like she's argumentative real quick.
She
And
is.
for someone who respects the police procedural, she is a little resistant to listen to
Hmm.
him.
Hmm. She's defensive. She's not often defensive, but she's kind of defensive here.
I mean, he's kind of a dictator too. He also says that I read your
Yeah.
books and they were a
A
waste of my
waste
time.
of time. What a dick.
I know.
Him holding up this slightly singed note that was on the
That, I mean,
desk.
that not slightly since that note has been through it. There are slashes, burn marks. That note has seen things. But really, what we're here is we're going back and forth to indicate that Jessica is a suspect, essentially,
Yes,
unofficially, but a suspect,
because she had some beef with Sid, obviously, who was
and
trying to
who
steal her
didn't.
content.
But also,
Oh, car scene.
while yes, while Bradshaw doesn't actually think Jessica is involved, he thinks that she might be the lead to Gail being involved.
Hmm.
And in fact, Gail, unnecessarily, just like our Alice Cridge, just like our any number of other characters,
Hmm.
is oh, I did go to see him, but I didn't actually get to see him, but I went to the
Right.
building, so they're always on the scene.
Everybody is around. Everyone has terrible or no alibis here. This is what happens when you are a workaholic. Go home at the end of the day.
Look at the road, Gail. Why are you doing? And she's just like turning the steering wheel
Do
ever so
do do
gently too
do bop
far.
bop 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 bop.
Like God,
Meanwhile, they
like a
seem to be
worm
driving in a
driving an
straight
apple.
line.
I can't.
It's fucking true. I like Gail. There's something hokey and a little flitty about her that I like.
Yeah, she is kind of comedic. Like she's
Kind
kind of
of.
like a there's
She's odd.
this
She's eccentric,
yeah,
especially for a young woman, for her to be a little odd the way she is. I'm really here for it.
yeah, yeah. And also, I mean, I should point out that as a young Asian actress to get a role like this is, I think,
Hmm.
uncommon,
It is.
frankly. To get sort of like the uh ambitious but grounded and still kind of quirky kind of
Yeah.
role,
Yeah.
I think is sort of
Right. Without an
an
accent.
example of without an over yes,
Right.
but still very clearly I don't know, not I don't know, not overdone. It is
Right.
impressive,
Yeah.
and a cool world building of
Very
Murder
cool.
She Wrote to show people are like it's we would call this woke now. Well, not we, but the world would because they're like, oh, why does it have to be an Asian actress in this role? It could easily be Sydney Sydney Sweeney. But it could, and that's the other thing is that it absolutely could. Anybody could play that role, but they
Well,
chose this
and
direction,
it
and I like
it
that.
it got me. This is so funny. We were talking about Alien a minute ago, where that ensemble of characters were just given one name, right? Their last names.
Yeah.
And then they found ways to cast people of color, women, even making some of
Hmm.
those characters trans. Have you heard that
Yeah,
before?
I
Isn't that
do. Yes, I have
just the
familiar.
coolest canon thing that the
Yeah.
Alien films did? I just love that so much. For reference, if anybody isn't following, in Aliens, the second one, in the beginning scene at the conference table where they're sort of have profiles of all the deceased crew members from the first Alien up on the screen while Ripley's talking to this board of directors or whatnot. If you zoom in, you can see that it says that Lambert, the character played by Veronica Cartwright, is identified as assigned male at birth. And so
Yes. And but very
canonically,
clearly presents female in the
right,
film.
yeah, we get a trans character then.
Yeah.
And that's very
And
cool.
evidently was not an error. That was an intentional choice from the
Hmm.
filmmakers. And while Veronica Cartwright didn't necessarily know that playing that role,
Right.
it shows it why would that have changed anything
Yeah.
if you really think about it?
No,
If you
yeah,
really think about it.
exactly.
Wow.
It's a great sort of
And
flex
as I
in a way.
understand it, and she has since like been all for it too. I like
Very
that too.
cool.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah. But it got me thinking about this cast of Murder, She Wrote and how when you have so many different characters in a diverse space, I mean, do you think that Gail's original character name was Gail Yamada, or was it Gail something else and they found an actor that made sense and they wanted to hire someone like Kim Miyori and they changed it to be a Japanese character? You know what I mean? Like it makes me wonder about those
yeah,
types of things.
yeah. Unless we will probably never know.
Probably.
But I think that is likely. I think that's very likely.
Yeah.
Um, and they, I mean, and I don't necessarily know if that would have been something that Angela Lansbury would have been involved with because she's not an executive producer yet. But it does show a progressive nature of
Yeah.
this series.
Yeah.
Um, and it seems like such a silly thing to dwell on, but folks, we got to realize that that was not the case in 1987. Like we were
Mm-mm.
still very used to mostly seeing I mean, Margaret Cho talks about this, is that she mostly saw nurses on MASH, or she mostly saw sex workers in the heat of the night. Like these
Hmm.
were the choices that were given.
Right.
And while this show struggles sometimes, particularly with Black representation in in some of the New Orleans episodes, um, there are efforts that are being made, and
Right.
yeah,
I mean,
groundbreaking.
look at someone like Yaphet Kotto here. He's playing a character called Lieutenant Bradshaw. That could be
Yeah,
anybody, and we get
absolutely.
wonderful Yaphet Kotto. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
easily could have been another random white guy, number four.
And dare I
Absolutely.
say it, in an episode full of random white guys, it's very nice to have a character like Yaphet Kotto and
To
Kim
know who we're
Miyori.
looking at, yes.
Yes, for God's sakes.
Do we need another guy in a suit who we confusing with everybody else? Yes, yes.
Oh, geez.
Uh,
Anyway, where are we? Where are we?
I also love, I mean, again, our Irish actress here who is so put together and yet eccentric.
Hmm.
Um,
Doesn't
she's
she look great in
basically
this
playing,
green here? Oh God, she looks
she
beautiful
really
in this
does,
green. Her eyes are popping.
playing an American. Two Irish actresses playing American back to
Yes.
back.
Who? So What's
back at
your
East.
take
Yeah.
on Frida here? Because I think when she first meets Jessica, there's like a coldness to her, like a grand dame bitch about her. But then she's immediately kind and she's like, "I'll give you a ride home. Sure, no problem." And then they become buddy buddy. So in some ways, I kind of see Frida and Jessica as being kind of on the same level. Like they're both very
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
They're both very
Oh, and when
savvy.
we'll see that she's also extremely game
Hmm.
to get our killer revealed
Right.
in a way
Right.
that actually feels like it would be an insane choice
An
by the
insane
police.
choice.
An
They
insane
would
choice.
never endanger a woman the way they endanger her
Uh
here.
they wouldn't work this hard to to solve
I
this crime, frankly.
know.
And also
I would
I
watch a
hope we're
show that
not.
was Jessica and Frida, honestly. They're a great
Yeah,
team.
they are fun.
I
They
feel
are
like Frida
fun.
would do anything. She'd be like, "Yeah, I'm game. I'm game. I'm game."
I love this moment here where they're arguing on the set 'cause you can see the rafters. I think that's so cool looking.
It
I
is.
don't know. I just love it.
It is. Plus, that set is fucking ugly.
Oh,
What is this set?
it's a
Ugh.
mess. It's a mess. They had to quickly put together a one act play based on a I don't know. It does look a little more Agatha Christie is.
It does, doesn't
Well,
it?
Brighton Beach memoirs.
Oh, so there's a little
Uh
like B plot that we haven't mentioned, and that's that Avery Stone wants Jessica Fletcher gone. She is a pebble in his shoe. He keeps asking her to leave, but somehow, who is it that gives her the offer to be a writer, which keeps her on set, right? So there's this whole subplot that Jessica is being hired to write for the show, and so she gets to stick around.
yeah. Uh I don't think it was Kate.
Who hired her to do that? Or are they just making it up?
Maybe she's indicating that Sharkey would have told her to.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Or maybe it was Kate. They're using Kate's name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, there's so much stuffing here.
Oh no, what they're doing here is they're actually discussing who likely hated Sid enough to kill him. So
Oh, sure.
she's actually offering a bunch of names to see how he reacts. She
Hmm.
doesn't think that Kate Hollander actually killed him, but
No.
she wants to see what his face looks like because he is our number one suspect, really,
Avery?
more
Yeah,
than Gail, more than anybody, because he is
probably.
the actual partner.
And now he
If
gets
you look
everything,
at the
right?
likely killer, if that person isn't married, it's going to be the business partner. I
Mm,
mean, usually.
that's true.
I like this suit that Jessica has on.
She
It's
looks
very
great.
this navy with the
Very
collar. Very
dapper.
nice.
Yeah, it's cute. Oh, and then this bitch again, Diane shows up.
I want her sweater. It just looks so very cozy.
It does look very cozy. Her role in this is
She's
basically to say like, Gary wants this, Gary wants that. Can you help me help
oh, here we go.
Gary?
This is where we get it. So actually, let's so we're going to talk about a series of incongruous events. Here we are. Jessica's leaving the set, and it's accosted. Like,
Jessica, thank heavens I found you.
Diane, what is it? What's the matter?
I've been looking all over for you. It's this latest script. Gary absolutely hates it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance.
Gary would never dream of asking you himself, but if you could just see your way to do some polish on it.
But I'm not a screenwriter. I mean,
Well, Gary has some wonderful ideas. If you could sit down with him for just a few minutes.
no, really. Writing a script is Avery Stone's job.
That hack, he has not had an original idea in his whole life. Jessica, please. I really don't want to disappoint Gary. He's having such a rough time lately.
Diane, how long have you been doing this?
Doing what?
Running interference for Mr. Patterson. I mean, I love that act. You know, that folksy, warm, down-home character. But that's really all it is, isn't it? It's just an act.
No.
And as long as he's got you to do his dirty work for him, he can maintain that image. Isn't that right?
You have no personality outside
You
of
got me.
actually being in love with him. I know.
I know. So
No
there was some,
disrespect to this young actress, but she's
well,
absolutely terrible in this.
it is
Every
bad.
line is a ham sandwich, and
That's
I
what I'm talking about.
understand
Cut Diane. Get her out of here. We don't
it's
need her.
it's hard. It's
A
hard.
ham
But this scene
sandwich.
was it well that's it
You're
is. It's
right.
hard.
You're
And
right.
this scene is necessary already because it was the only way that Jessica could be in this parking lot area of the stages to
Hmm.
see our TV director, go to his car and put something in his vehicle
Well,
and then
and
drive
wasn't
off.
that beautifully filmed too, in a very subtle way? Like,
Yes,
if you want to go back and look to make sure Jessica has the proof that she saw the director get into a certain type of car in the parking lot, it's here, but it's
it is.
highlighted in no way. It just happens to be happening in the background, and Jessica gives like one quick glance to it to sort
Yep.
of acknowledge that it's happening.
Yep. And it's those quick glances that are very often the payoffs later.
Hmm. So good
Uh,
filmmaking happening here.
God, the scene is still going on. They're
I
still talking.
know.
God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're back in Kate's office, and Yaphet Kotto is accusing her because she doesn't have an alibi.
Another like okay, so as much credit as we gave the writers and creators for
Ugh.
saying yay representation, we
Yeah.
have to have our board, our woman in authority with the biggest shoulder pads ever sleeping with her assistant.
Is she
We
sleeping with her
can't
assistant?
not. Yes, that's her alibi is that she was
Oh,
with
that's
her
right. That's
assistant
right. I
warming
mean,
warming the sheets 3 floors down. Like it's one of those like that has to really she,
well, you know what? If you're a very important executive woman, businesswoman special, sometimes you gotta get fucked.
it is an abuse of power. And I understand that fair is fair for the gander, fair for the goose. However,
Uh,
do we have to have it be? My secretary was in the bed too, taking notes. More interesting would have actually if the secretary had been a woman. But
is the secretary in this room right now? That's what I want to know, because there's a lot of handsome gentlemen around this woman right now.
no, I don't believe he's there.
What a
I
shame.
think
What a
they would have
shame. I like the way she sort of meets Yaphet Kotto's very aggressive Lieutenant Bradshaw.
actually.
Kate is just like lapping it all up. She's like, "Ooh, this is good publicity. Ooh, I'm." She really stands up to him in a way that nobody else seems to. So for that, I appreciate Kate.
I'm actually going back to the first. Oh, there, yeah, he is handsome. That's the
Oh,
secretary
he's a
right there.
cutie. Okay.
At the 11:40 mark, we see her secretary who is taking notes in her bed. So good to know.
Wow.
Good to know. That chin, goodness.
Look at that.
Carve ice.
The profile. Glad we did this.
What? But it's just so like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like really, do we have to? All right. Oh, we're back with Gail and Jessica. And where are we? We are in someone's office.
Look at
Is
Gail's
this
outfit,
Jessica's
by the
writer's
way.
office? I know. I
She
know.
is
She's
so cool.
quirky writer
This quirky girl. Oh my gosh.
with a cardigan. Or actually, is that that's a jacket? I can't quite
Some
tell
kind of
actually.
sun hat cardigan moment.
It's a little Indiana Jones, but a
It
little
is,
romancing
isn't
the
it?
stone.
She's very beautiful.
She is. She is.
She's very beautiful.
She's talking to Jessica about not being sure if she wants to waste her time working on TV, because again,
Hmm.
that's important right now. She's 40 pages of a novel, and she's like, maybe I'll write instead. And Jessica's like, good for you. You go ahead.
You know
You
what?
go ahead.
You go, girl. Gail, just ask Jessica for some money. She'll give it to you. She gives money to
She
everybody.
did. Don't you remember when she gave what's her name? Horrible Horatio's secretary, that check from Erica Baldwin.
Yes.
Don't.
Yes. That's kind of it for Gail, right? She's kind of done now.
So basically, yeah, her storyline has been solved. But our secretary, Frida, has returned saying after being on an admission from Jessica to check out the filing cabinet that a piece of paper was conspicuously absent.
What was it?
Brenda Blake's personal services contract with Sid Sharkey.
Mm-mm-mm. All right.
Brenda, who wanted off the series.
Okay. I know we're 10 minutes or so from the end. Would you have been happier if it had been Brenda rather than who it ends up being? Because f from
I mean, I
from a
always prefer a
messaging
female killer
standpoint,
over,
I do
but
too. The episode to me is telling us that Brenda is the killer, and not in a red herring sort of way, but it feels like she could legitimately have been the one.
right. I think they saw in this that opportunity, and 7 seasons later did the
Yeah.
exact same thing in Buds
Mm.
in that Friends episode,
Yes, of
where it's
course.
almost exactly the same plot line.
Yeah.
It's actually a combination of Date of Murder in the Afternoon and this,
It is,
and
isn't
it
it?
turns out to
Yeah.
be. Um,
Well,
but I
like
think,
we have some justice
yeah.
eventually then. Yeah.
But again, Trish being our killer, yeah, that would be understandable.
Yeah.
I think blowing up, I think no, the reason I don't is because I think she is too pragmatic to blow somebody up
To bring
over a
dynamite to
personal
work,
services
like,
contract.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I think is a bridge too far.
Right.
It seems like the kind of thing that a emasculated male or a wimpy pick me guy would possibly do as like
Yeah.
a ostentatious message.
You're right.
And therefore I prefer it in that direction.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think because the crime is petty, all like when it really gets down to it, the crime is petty.
Hmm.
It's a stupid way of handling things.
Oh,
Uh,
it would never happen
but
like this, right? A bomb in a pink box. No, this
yeah,
is
it's
TV.
all
This is
yeah.
TV world. It doesn't work this way. It doesn't work this way.
But they'd
Um,
already shot somebody. They'd already, like they're the writers are trying. The writers are writing to like what haven't we done in a
mhm,
while?
right.
We haven't had somebody blown up. Sure, we can do that in a
Let's do
cozy
that.
mystery.
Yeah.
We'll just tie it with some pink wrapping paper.
Hmm. Well, and we just learned that Brenda did go to the office to get her contract from that drawer, and that pink box
Again,
was
oh,
on the table.
always they're always always in the murder scene, but never
Why?
did it.
Why? Go home, people. Go home.
But the
Ooh,
reason
this
that's
is where
important is
they
because
scheme.
she needs to have seen that box already,
Yeah.
because that will also tell the time.
Hmm. Frankly, I know that our custodian was like, "Oh, I didn't know anybody else was here." Seems like a lot of people were there. So Carmen is not paying attention while she's mopping those floors.
I know, poor Carmen. She doesn't get paid enough for this.
Nope.
We have straight out of to have and have not Casablanca,
Oh my
Maltese
God.
Falcon, this noir
This
villain
scene,
moment from Frida.
we're gonna hear it, right?
Yes, we are,
Okay, good.
because our director is getting coffee discreetly during filming, and she comes up to him. You can almost hear the saxophone.
Hmm.
It's
Bert,
Be safe, Frida.
I've been waiting all day to talk to you, Bert. You were there last night in Sid's office. Must have been when you were supposed to be in your trailer having that anxiety attack.
What is this, a joke?
You had to be there. You told Brenda about that luncheon engagement with Buddy Perlman at the Polo Lounge. How'd you know about that, Bert? The call came in at 7. I put it on the calendar. You couldn't have known about it unless you saw his calendar when you put the bomb on his desk.
You're crazy.
Look, I'm not going to the police. Well, not yet. Well, Sid's dead. I need a place to land. Somewhere secure. Oh, I'm not greedy, Bert. You'll find I'm a very agreeable partner.
Rita, I need these notes typed up right away.
Mr. Stone, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Giving her best June Havoc in Days to Whittle
Oh,
Down.
it's the
It's
best scene of the episode.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And it's out of left field too. There's such a
And it
tonal
makes,
shift for it.
yeah, it really does make us as an audience go, wait a second.
What? Who is Frida?
I know.
She
And
is leaning in, and she is
like
so confident. She's not breaking a sweat. This woman is made to be a spy. Okay,
she's
she's not
looking
supposed to be a
around
secretary.
cool and like just yeah. Just like she's just missing like a cigarette in her hand to
Yeah,
say, what do you want?
yeah.
You're a private eye, and I'm a piece of bad news. Like, and we learn that she's working for the police. That was
Yeah,
all a
this
sham.
was all a
And
trap. And she's sitting in her office, right? Because there was this whole Avery shows up. You got to work on this. Oh, I'll be here a few hours. Essentially to lure Bert to her office
yeah,
to kill her, right? While they're all waiting in the wings. But he didn't show.
because he's still
So
directing the show. Like, that's the other thing too. They're like,
he's
where? Oh, why
working.
didn't he show up? I don't know. Check the studio. He's right there.
Yeah,
It's a little weird. It's a
yeah,
little weird. But they've just called it a night. Jessica's hanging out with Bert and indicate that Frida has been in such out of character. What's
yeah.
so strange? Oh,
Oh,
who shows
and
up
this is attempt number 2. This is trap number 2. And Frida is here for it. She shows up with a gun.
with a gun?
Wait,
What are we
is it too much to hear
doing?
this? Is it too much to hear this scene too?
You're wrong.
Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. There's something wrong. I mean, she's been in such a strange mood, and when I mentioned your name...
Mrs. Fletcher, I told you to mind your own business.
Frida, you crazy?
Yes, crazy to have ever trusted you. Now move. Both of you.
Oh, no, now, wait,
I
just a
said
minute.
move before I hurt somebody.
Oh, dear Lord.
Look, I don't know what you think you're doing.
Oh, I'm taking you to the police, Bert. And at this point, I don't very much care whether I drag you in alive or dead. Now start walking. My car's just around the corner.
I think we should do as she asks.
Little backdoor Jessica manipulation scene.
Oh, I can tell what Jessica's faking. Right? Where she's
We
like,
can,
oh my
yes.
lord, oh my lord. She would never say that.
Please, Mr. Puzo. I think she means it.
Well, we already know they're in cahoots.
Maybe I am.
So she tells them to get into her car
Get in.
Frida's car,
and him
right?
to drive. Yeah. And he's stressed out.
He's
like, I
really
don't...
stressed out about this.
Frida, for God's sake.
Start up the engine.
terrified, wetting his
Meanwhile,
pants.
oh my God, a line of 5 people with silhouetted by stage lights, and from the other side, 4 police officers
Yeah.
closing in on Bert. This is a production.
Yeah. They've already removed the bomb.
that Bert put on Frida's car because
because
she became
he
a
figured she'd go
liability.
home for the night.
Yep.
She'd go home for the night, and her car would blow up, and he wouldn't have
Wow.
to worry about her anymore.
This is one of the most elaborate killer traps that has been set so far.
It's bonkers.
It is out of nowhere.
Bradshaw gets one more shot in this closure. He basically is like, "You're not much of a writer, but I think you'd be one great cop."
Jesus. I mean, I guess take the backhanded compliment. Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes I think that Jessica would make a great cop. Maybe even a
I
better
don't
cop
know.
writer.
Yeah, well, that's why she's a better vigilante.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
true. This is true.
we get this little button, and this is so meta, so aware. It's pretty cute.
We have to hear it. Yeah.
I guess we do, don't we?
Yeah, we do. This is required.
Hey, in this schlumpy dress comes up to
What
her.
is this? No waste at all.
It's from the Dorothy's Warnack collection.
It sure is.
I've got a much better idea. A weekly series, the Jessica Fletcher Mystery Hour. What? The real-life adventures of a crime-busting mystery writer.
No, 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 no.
Oh, yes, yes, it'll be sensational. New, different, original, but familiar.
Miss Hollander, I don't write gunfights, car chases, or bedroom scenes, so who would watch? I'm sorry, but that is absolutely the worst idea I have ever heard.
Smile. Fade out.
Executive producer credit. Yeah.
Uh,
Because she was just describing murder she wrote.
yeah.
Yes.
By the way, we need to clock the tone of that little button with the tone of the two previous scenes we just listened to. And that is an excellent example of how across the board this episode really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and
Wow, wow, wow,
downs.
wow, wow. Well, what
Uh,
is there to talk about?
all right, everybody, steal me a story. What do we think? Well, again, another cynical view of the Hollywood experience.
Yeah.
Useful in its character building because again, it shows Jessica as this famous woman, which we need to continue her story, to
Yes.
continue her trajectory, and to get to the point of the end of season 4, which is or season 5. Hang on. Let me double check that in my because where I'm going with this, I want to make sure I get it correct. Because we hit a point in the series, which is a very important one, for the character. Hang on.
Is that Sanford and Son?
Yes, it was. Uh, season 5. Okay. We have to get this because we're writing this element of Jessica being so famous to the point of alienating Seth at the end of season 5. We
Hmm.
have to get to that point, and we do very successfully with things like this, because she's at this level of sort of becoming too big for a widow woman from Maine.
Hmm.
She's become her priorities are shifting. We see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And it's things like this that have to make Seth not the worst person in the world when he finally calls her out. And I think that shows like this actually objectively, if you look at it, he still comes off a bit of a dick when we get to that, and we're not
Yeah.
there for like until next year. Um, but I think it's useful to show.
Hmm.
Um, and I think it's well, most of the male characters fade away as they tend to in the show, and
Hmm.
that's also you and I are always going to be gravitate to the women. Unless
Totally.
they're cute, unless the guys are cute. Um, that some highs in the acting, some lulls, but nobody's
Hmm.
bad.
No.
Except, I mean, Diane, I don't like. I don't think she's good in this.
No.
But again, I think most of
She's
her
also
writing
written
is
really
sucks.
poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Steal Me a Story?
Um, I think I've sort of gotten to a lot of my feelings. It is stuffed full of things. plot points, characters, backstories. There are so many scenes, and so and tonally it's across the board, right? It's kind of hokey and fun, and then there's
Yeah.
this weird like spy noir element, and everything sort of in between. So I don't know that it tonally really has its finger on the pulse, but I
Hmm.
don't dislike it that it's across the board. And what I like about all of the disparate elements and all of the B storylines and the C storylines is that the show definitely is challenging me to pay attention
Uh,
and to take in a lot of like a complex web of people in this workplace scenario. We don't just get the people filming the show. We get the producer level up and then the high level up, right? And we go all the way down to the custodian who's mopping the floors, right? So we see
mm,
everything,
that's a good
all the
point. Yeah.
pillars in between too. And so in that way, I appreciate that it has cast a wide net in understanding what this environment looks like and how decisions up here affect what's happening down here, etc. So I think that's cool. I think Frida is a godsend. I think she is such an outstanding character. Like she's already kind of like in my running for best character of the season. She's just so cool. And we have not seen anybody who Jessica has sort of paired up with who's been so game and willing to play the part with her.
Yeah.
She does
Enthusiastically.
two
Yeah.
scenes where she's threatening to Bert, right? She's outstanding.
Yeah.
If you had just dropped into this episode of Murder, She Wrote and you didn't know the setup and you didn't know that they were setting a trap and you just sort of saw that scene happening, you'd be like, "Oh, she's the murderer. She's gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Jessica's got to stop her," right? Because it's so committed and so 100%. So,
Well, not necessarily that she's the murderer, but he must be the murderer, and she's going to
or
profit off of it.
she's also like a
Yeah.
criminal too, and she's gonna
Yeah.
get hers from this situation, which we see a lot on this show. And so that we get, frankly, the best I'm not going to say confession scene, but we usually get like we don't usually, we sometimes get a meaty confession from our killer, right? We get a really scenery chewing
Mm,
monologue or whatnot. Not here. Frida gets it. She gets two of them.
mm,
So I like
hmm.
that. I think it's really unexpected and cool. So again, it's
And
kind of like keeping me
yeah,
on my toes and it's subverting its own tropes here and there for the sake of a new storytelling device. And so it's interesting. I think at first glance I might say like, "Oh, this is a fun episode, but it's not the strongest." But after we've watched it, I'm appreciating it more because again, it's keeping me on my toes.
I appreciate how committed the episode is.
Yeah.
It doesn't apologize for the world building. It doesn't, I mean, there's a reason that there are too many characters, is
Yeah.
because we're being dropped into an existing world where everybody's dealing with stuff. And it might seem like frivolous stuff,
Right.
um, but it comes across a lot more authentic than say something like Hooray for Homicide, where I don't know if we really did successfully enter an existing world.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of those characters ring as true.
Hmm.
Um, and I think some of that is because of the scale of that. That's a film set for one thing, where a
Right.
bunch of people are working together, and even if they all know each other, they're all in a slightly different circumstance. Here, I believe that these actors have worked together before.
Hmm.
I actually believe it a little bit more, not a lot more, because I still think Murder in the Afternoon is believable.
Yeah.
Um, but when you watch the scene in Murder in the Afternoon where Trisha O'Neill's character is acting as her soap character,
Hmm.
no, don't say that. Think of all the things we've been through. I believe that actress because Trisha O'Neill is excellent.
Yeah.
Here, I think I believe the shitty actors, like, because even Gary is not, he doesn't come across as a great actor. It's believable because he's not a great actor. Like, I think it's this weird meta situation happening where he's like this blowhard behind the scenes, which is well
Uh-huh.
done. Like,
Yeah.
well done actor who plays that guy. Like it's sort of like um
He's an
it's
interesting
layers.
character too. Yeah, because he is kind of a blowhard, but he's pretty innocuous. He's not dangerous, Gary. He
No,
seems
he's
like a
annoying.
fussy,
Yeah,
needy, annoying actor. And it's
yeah.
interesting that he's
They do that
not
again with
particularly
the
good.
Peacock episode too. Yeah,
Yes. Because
yeah,
it's often the actors who are not particularly good who are the most trouble to work with, right? So it kind of
absolutely.
lines up. Meanwhile, Brenda, who actually seems a little bit more competent, she's having to negotiate these situations and being consistently undermined and swept aside. And they really sort of create a clear picture of those two actors, right?
Hmm.
I think it's really good. There are a lot of really good things about this episode. I could bitch about so much and be like, ah, I had trouble following it. I don't want to watch it. It's too much work, but the payoff, there's a lot of payoff. And maybe for
Yeah,
my dopamine seeking brain, this is a great episode, right?
I think that's the thing is that it allows you to kind of ignore the stuff that doesn't resonate with you. Like
Yeah.
it still works, even if you don't care about the mechanics behind everybody, because everyone's got their own shit. Like Gail has their
Hmm.
own storyline that wraps up a little again. Her
Hmm.
answer to be like, I have this novel that I should work on, and if I don't mind starving for a while, that what? That's your solution?
And that's it. And then
That's
she's
your
gone.
answer? Because she has, and that's a little, uh I mean, it's believable. I mean, certainly, but it's not the safe choice because she could just write this hacky job
Yeah. Yeah.
instead. Um,
There's
I
something
don't
that's like
know.
not very clean about that setup with like the Gale character. Frankly, the Gale and the Frida character, if we were thinking about this in terms of a typical Murder She Wrote where we get a Watson character, there's a handoff. There's like a passing of the baton here from Gale to Frida at one point, right? Because we really do
Yes.
think that Gale is going to be along for the whole ride, but in fact, she sort of serves her purpose and then she
Well,
exits
Gail could
quietly.
never do what Frida does.
No, not at all. Although, wouldn't that be a show?
It would be fantastic. But
Yes.
Gail is written as nervy, but sort of like almost like Debbie Delancey, if Debbie Delancey
Yeah,
gets a happy ending.
totally. Yeah. Very similar
Um,
characters.
Very similar character, almost to
Yeah.
the point where if she was the killer, it would be like, well, of course she is because of the whole Debbie
Right.
Delancey situation.
Right.
Um,
And so maybe in some ways the messiness of this episode is actually more indicative of real life. And that's why it's kind
yeah,
of interesting and why I'm curious about it and why, even though I could give two fucks about all of these generic white guys, I still know that I need to know what's going on with them because it's important.
yeah, I think it's um again really good world building to drop us in and allow us to sort of look beyond um the messiness, basically.
Yeah.
It's sort of like because it's messy, because life
Hmm.
is messy. It's when it's too clean, we say it doesn't ring true. Or what is that? Why would that person do that? Oh, that's silly. That's stupid.
Hmm.
No, it comes together because these characters are already entangled with stuff, with baggage,
Right.
basically.
Right.
Um,
It's the
I mean,
difference
this very
between
easily could be a very, yeah,
I was going to say these kinds of episodes, this in particular, is like diametrically opposed to our locked door mysteries, like The Corpse Flew First Class, or
yeah,
Reflections of the Mind,
the,
or Murder
yeah,
Takes the
Buddy
Bus.
Hackett, yeah,
But yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This is this is a different way of looking at a murder mystery premise than those are.
It's sort of like a proto for what we'll get to when she hits New York or when
Yeah,
she,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you can't close all those doors. There's always going to be a way for new people to enter the situation and for people to exit. And so,
And yet, and yet everyone involved is related to the TV show. There's no
yeah,
the only outside characters are the police, and they're involved because of the TV show.
Right.
Um, there's no like the idea of that Sid Sharkey would not be targeted by anyone else in the world is sort of
Hmm.
interesting because
Hmm.
as like this, I don't know, uh Rupert Murdoch, Ted Turner kind of guy, he would have an outside influence, but no, he's so ingrained in this world or staying
Yeah.
within the world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
and
I really, yeah.
we get some persnickety Jessica, which again, it's frustrating that she behaves this way, but it's
Yeah.
a character flaw. It's a character behavior that has been established, and we can find it annoying, but we can't find it out of character. If
It's the
she's going to
way,
keep doing it,
yeah.
we can't say, why would she do that? Because that's what she does.
It's what she does. It is sort of her little
Is
piece
one
of
of her
piety that's
manipulation
very
tactics.
annoying, right?
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And when it
But
eventually bites her in the face, which it does on occasion,
hmm.
that is entertaining. So we need that kind of yeah, that sort of humanity in her
Hmm.
because it does show consistency,
We
even if
talk
it's
all the
annoying.
time about how
All the
when
time.
she gets flustered or when she gets shaken or when she behaves unusually, that's what we're here for.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we need those consistencies to get us there.
I do think as the series goes on, Jessica becomes a bit of an exceptionally idealized type figure where she's always right. So
It's the Flanderization. It's what that's
yeah,
referred to as. It's that
yeah.
it's written to that degree. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons that the show, in addition to the eras changing, 90s
Hmm.
television is very different than 80s
Yes,
television.
very much.
Um, where the vibe is different.
Hmm.
The vibe is very different. The way that if you watch an episode, like even if you watch season four and then if we were to switch to something in season 10, we'd be like, oh, this is shot very differently. It
Yeah.
is. The way TV is made is very different. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
but
so this is kind of an interesting in-between place and so it leaves space for those character flaws and
yeah, it's
little
the
things in
end of the
her.
golden era. I mean, I really think the
Hmm.
first five seasons,
Yeah.
four if you're nasty, but five, I think, really are the quintessential Murder She Wrote episodes
Oh,
to the point
absolutely.
where I believe season five is an unofficial series finale.
Okay. Okay. I can
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. You when you sit down to watch Murder, She Wrote, the type of show you watch will depend on whether you watch the first half of the series or the second half of the series, right?
Hmm. Well, and a lot of people will probably cut it at season six, which is the New York,
Hmm.
right before New York. But I think it really is
The gears were already turning at that point, right? Toward what the
a
show
chapter of the
needed to
character
move into.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the character development. Because also when we get to season five where she has the argument with Seth, she makes a choice and it indicates something to us in that moment. When we get to the next season, we realize that her choice is actually something else. So her development as a character and what her priorities are, her realizing that she's actually very similar to Gail in that she's at a crossroads,
Hmm.
I think is really key. And we're right in the middle of her fight. We're
Yeah.
getting to a point where she's actually so famous
Right.
that by the time we get to season six or seven, she can't pretend to be somebody else.
No, she's on kind of a pedestal compared to everyone around her as the series
Well,
moves through, right?
she's too recognizable. She
Yeah.
can't pretend to be the affluent woman at the resort. She can't
No.
pretend to be the sleazy lady at the bar. She's famous. And it would
Right.
be ridiculous. So the writers can't use that as a technique anymore.
Well, it's interesting. Our next episode, she pretends to be somebody else for most of the episode,
Exactly.
right? And you're right, she can't do that after a certain point because at what point does everybody around her just not know who this incredibly famous person is? It
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Next episode and the episode with the writers, the ladies writers group, or readers group,
Hmm.
are the final examples of people not knowing what Jessica Fletcher really looks like.
Yeah.
Uh, because it doesn't. You eventually. I mean, I've never read a Jackie Collins novel, but I know what Jackie Collins looked like.
Right.
I have never read um, a. I mean, I've never read. I mean, a Gore Vidal novel, but I know what Gore Vidal looks like. There's a
Hmm.
certain level of success in in writers when we allow them to become. But I couldn't tell you what the writer of Devil Wears Prada looks like. She's Anne Hathaway to me. I don't know off the top of my head
Lauren Weisberger, yeah.
because that person hasn't become famous for being what's her name, Laura?
Lauren Weisberger.
Lauren, she's not famous for that. She's famous for being Andy. Like
Right.
that's the thing. She's there.
Right.
There's a certain level. Jessica's not famous for being Miss Marple. She's famous for being the writer of these characters, these
Hmm.
books. And most of her books are male characters. When we get to the Dennis Stanton characters, and starts writing about
Hmm.
that detective, a lot of her characters are not recurring until that point. So, well, there
There
we
you
have
have
it.
it. There you have
What a
it.
fun show! What a fun episode! What a
Yeah,
fun
what a
show!
fun episode. Yeah. What a fun show. I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah, let's keep doing it. Let's keep going. Let's keep
78
going.
episodes in. Okay, yeah, this is fun.
Uh,
I'm in.
and yes, next episode is fantastic. It is
Hmm.
another bonkers episode. Whenever Jessica has to pretend to be somebody else, we already know it's going to be bonkers.
Yeah.
But it takes place mostly out of Cabot Cove. It's got Flash, it's got suspicion, it's got intrigue, it's got a secret society, it's got sex workers, and it's got Trisha O'Neill.
Trisha O'Neill. Trisha O'Neill.
Yes, you know we love you, Trisha O'Neill.
In maybe my favorite Trisha O'Neill performance so far.
It's up there.
I mean, I know
I
we
I
love
we love them
our
all.
Ashley Vickers, of course. We love our actor, but I don't know. I just love her.
Yeah,
I just love her.
so good, so good. Well, then let's get to it. Folks, thank you for listening. We got a lot of really great responses from If It's Thursday, It Must Be Beverly. Thank you so much for engaging with us. People were
Hmm.
very excited that we finally got to that episode.
Yeah.
We were very excited that we finally got to that episode too.
We talked at length about it, in fact.
It really did. Um, and again, follow, like, subscribe, do all of the things. Do write a comment, please. Let us know what you think, even if it's just to say what fun. Like, it does make us know that we are. I mean, we would do this without you, but it's
It's
nice to
more
know if you're
fun that
also
you're here
listening.
too.
It's more
Yeah,
fun.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And if you disagree with us, please let us know. That's fun too. We don't always
Hmm.
agree with each other, and we'd love to know what your thoughts are as well. And thank you again to the Murder She Wrote Instagrams for following us as well. It is feeling nice to be part of the little community there. And
Hmm.
whenever I see a little notification that one of y'all have liked us, liked a post, it does make me feel good. So
Yeah.
that's very nice too. Well,
Our little niche community here.
I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified.
and this was
And this was
Tonight
Tonight on Murder, She
on
Wrote.
Murder She Wrote.
Give Frida the Oscar.
Oh my God, so
That
good.
woman can put on a part.
Have you seen the others where she plays the housekeeper?
Of course, she's
Oh, so
brilliant
good.
in it.
So good. She's terrifying in them.
She's terrifying. And then ends up being such a good
Ooh,
force for
ooh,
good, right?
ooh, ooh, a good presence.